Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about my winter skincare essentials and a little bit about my acne story and just dealing with acne, the mental and emotional side, but also some of the things that I use on a day-to-day basis that make me feel more confident and more empowered in my skin, which is obviously the theme of Self-Helpmas. That being said, I want to welcome you back to day 23 of Self-Helpmas. I can't believe we are already 23 days in and literally have one more day left. This is my series designed to help you become a more confident and more empowered version of yourself before 2025. And if you missed yesterday's video, we talked about why content is toxic and what actually really works. So if you haven't already, make sure you go check out that video after this one. But without further ado, let's get into it. So I've been dealing with acne for quite some time. The not cute, massive, hormonal, cystic acne, like everything in between. And for me, it started my senior year of college going into my senior soccer season at BU. It started because I decided to go off my birth control, which is a whole nother little issue within itself. But decided to go on my birth control. I'd been on it for years and years prior. And immediately when I went off of it, my skin retaliated. It was like nothing I've ever experienced before. I'll insert a picture of my skin so you can get a little bit of a glimpse. But it was the worst acne I've ever experienced in my entire life. And it had a massive impact on my confidence, wanting to do anything, wanting to go out, wanting to just like live my life in college because I was so insecure about my skin. I did basically everything. I saw a dermatologist. I was at the doctor. I went on different medications. I was on tretinoin, and it took a while, but things started to get better. And then more recently, I had another little flare up when I had to go back on my birth control pill. Now it is something I'm still dealing with. I don't think you can tell as much because I'm wearing makeup, but it is still something that I am working through and healing. And as someone who is just kind of struggling and is still struggling with it, I wanted to make a video and just talk about some acne reminders that I needed to hear when I was in college going through it for the first time, especially mentally and emotionally. And then I also wanted to touch on, given the holiday season, some products that have helped me and made me feel more confident in my skin, which is ultimately the most important thing. The first thing that is really helpful, and my doctor definitely told me this, but I was wanting a quick fix at the time. Acne in your skin journey takes time. It takes time to heal whatever's going on the inside, and the sooner that you can just accept that all good things take time, no matter what it is, I think it relieves the pressure that everything has to be fixed overnight, because acne is not an overnight fix. Sometimes there are multiple factors into what's going on with your skin and whatnot. And so just giving yourself a little bit more grace that your skin, your healing journey is going to take time, I think is a very, very good reminder when anything sort of happens, anything sort of starts to flare up. Because I remember feeling super, super frustrated when I was going into my senior year and I still had a face full of cystic and hormonal acne. Slowly, after being on medication and, using different products, my skin started to improve. But like everything, skincare and treating acne is about consistency, and it's about patience and patience with yourself. And I honestly think the biggest thing that I learned through that whole time, and the lesson that dealing with acne has taught me, is just loving yourself through whatever you're going through and accepting your skin for what it is, which is so much easier said than done. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself through the process. It's really difficult, and if you can just be your biggest cheerleader and not let it affect your confidence and how you show up in your day-to-day, that is the biggest win, and that is the biggest lesson I think I have learned throughout the whole entire thing. And the second thing that I learned, and I want to serve as a little reminder to anyone else who is feeling super discouraged with their current state of their skin, your worth is not measured by how clear your skin is. Acne doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you any different than the person sitting next to you. You are still the same you, no matter what your skin looks like. That goes with anything external. You are so much more than what you look like, what your skin looks like, what your hair looks like, what your body looks like, etc. Nothing about you changes internally just because you have acne. And I think that's a really important reminder, and something that I definitely needed to remind myself when I was going through the worst of it, because I felt so terrible. I let it just affect me just so much on the inside. I know it's really easy to feel self-conscious because I did, especially looking on social media and scrolling through TikTok at the time and seeing all of these women, beautiful, attractive women with perfect, clear skin. And there was really no one on these apps that had acne. And maybe that was just my For You page at the time, but I feel like it was really disheartening to look at social media and then look at my skin in the mirror and just be like, oh my God, what the heck? Why am I so unlucky? Why is my skin just breaking out completely and all these other women have like amazing skin? And to me, it felt really isolating at the time because no one else I knew was going through this. No one else who had acne, I didn't think had it as bad as I did. And I literally just let it affect me in every way, shape, or form. But the reality is that what you see on the internet, what you see sometimes in real life is really not the case. Like right now, I have on makeup. It probably looks like my skin is super crystal clear. But when I take off my makeup, I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. I have a lot of scarring. I still have new acne that I'm dealing with. So nothing is ever as perfect as it looks on the outside. And so I think that's just a super healthy and important reminder. You are no different just because you have acne. You are still the same person and you should be able to show up and feel confident no matter what your skin looks like. And I remember feeling also really insecure about it because this was something that I hadn't dealt with for a really long time. And I remember being like, what is everyone going to think now that I have a face full of acne and I'm going out to the bars and I can't even cover it up with makeup. Makeup did me really no good. I feel like it kind of just made it look worse, to be honest, even though you really couldn't get much worse from what it looked like at the time. But I remember just feeling really insecure and really embarrassed because I was so consumed by what other people thought. The reality is, no one else is really concerned about what you look like, what your skin looks like, as much as you are. No one else is really focusing on that. And my therapist would tell me that at the time. My friends would tell me that at the time. And it didn't really do much good because that was the narrative I was telling myself in my brain. But the reality is, everyone is consumed about themselves for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Your confidence is just predicated on you. That's not predicated on what you look like. You can show up in any single way that you want, regardless of if you have acne or not. And the other thing is, if anyone is judging you for having acne and not having perfectly clear skin, one, they've probably never been through it, but two, that is a them problem. That is not a you problem. Them problems, we don't deal with them problems. We only deal with us problems. If someone is judging you for the way that you look in any capacity, not just your skin, that is the them problem. That's not for you to take on. Someone else's judgment, someone else's projected insecurity is not your responsibility. And then my other little reminder, my therapist would always tell me to make my skincare routine into a little self-care ritual. Instead of just focusing on, I need to do X, Y, and Z to clear up my skin right now, focus on making it feel good, lighting a candle, romanticizing it, just taking care of your skin. I feel like is empowering, makes you feel empowered, makes you feel more confident when you're doing things to make yourself feel better versus doing things to look a different way. So rather than seeing your acne treatments as a chore, reframing it as a mode of self-care and embracing that as a self-care ritual in the morning or in the evening, whenever you do your skincare. And then one other thing that I really tried to do and what she recommended to me was taking pride and feeling confident in other things. Like, I am someone who loves to have my hair done. I feel amazing when my hair is done. I was not a makeup girly, so I would just love to do my hair when I was going to class or going to soccer. And she was like, focus on the things that make you feel confident outside of your skin. So maybe for you, that's also hair. Maybe for you, that's getting dressed up and going to class. Focusing on the things that you can control to make yourself feel good, eating healthy, limiting excess sugar and junk food, and just really focus on feeling confident in other areas. Not to negate how you feel about your skin, but to just give you a little boost, if that makes sense. But overall, your skin is a part of you, whether you like it or not. And so to treat it as kindness as you would treat anyone else with kindness who is struggling with something, or any other part of you that's struggling as well. So your skin takes time. It's a healing journey. It's not going to be terrible forever, which is something that I told myself over and over, that it was never going to get better, which obviously isn't helpful, but it will get better. And it's just a difficult period of time. Acne is temporary. You will get through it, and treat yourself with as much kindness as you can along the way. But now I want to go into some of my favorite products, some of the things that really help me just feel good in my skin. Obviously, like anything, using products, using skincare takes time. But before this, since I never really had acne, I didn't do research or really look into the things that I was using on my skin. I was pretty much using like random stuff that I would just find at a CVS, which worked because I wasn't dealing with hormonal cystic acne. And when I started seeing a dermatologist, getting some help for my state of skin at the time, I was able to find products that really worked for me for my skin type. And I have pretty oily, mostly oily, just acne prone skin. So I want to share some things that have worked for me in hopes that they potentially could work for you as well. And again, acne is a very individual journey. Your skin is super individual, is super unique. And so I feel like just using things that worked for other people online did not work for me. And I really had to find things that did. And so again, take with this what you will, take what you need, leave what you don't. But I hope just sharing this can empower you to go about your own skin journey, figure out things that work for you and make you feel good. And then I just want to share the things that help me in hopes that maybe they can help you as well. Okay, I have a few ride or die products that I am literally obsessed with. The first one is a cleanser, and I usually use this in the morning and then sometimes at evening, but an exfoliating cleanser for normal to oily skin by Zoe Skin Health. And I know a lot of other people, I got my friends on this too because it works so well, and especially worked for my like textured breakout red skin. I am obsessed with this. I've used it for about 2 years now. I just notice I feel better when I use it because I know it works. And even though it's a little bit expensive, I think it's so worth it to invest in good quality skincare, especially when you're going through a period of breakouts. The next thing that I have found that has really, really helped me is using a vitamin C serum and a vitamin C moisturizer. But vitamin C just helps your skin glow a little bit more, keep in hydration. I honestly don't know really the benefits. I'm obviously not a scientist, but these are just things that have worked for me. So I use this one. I can link everything that I'm using below, but this is the vitamin C serum. I usually use this just a little couple drops in the morning, and because my skin is already pretty oily, I don't do a ton, but then I like basically set it with my vitamin C moisturizer, and these two paired really well are perfect. This one is for all skin types. I love this moisturizer. I need something that's a little bit more, what's the word, like heavy versus just like a light moisturizer, so this is why I love this one very much, especially being in a dry climate. But I'll pair these two together in the morning. So I'll use this first on my skin after washing it and then pair it with this as well. So those are what I usually typically use in the morning. My wash, my vitamin C serum, and my vitamin C moisturizer. And then at night, after like I take my makeup off or just do like a wash, whatever it is, I either do one of these two things or I pair them together. But the first is use these acne white pads. And I started using these a while ago, but I never really thought they were going to do anything. I was like, I'm very skeptical. However, these are the Clear Future Corrective acne treatment pads. They're like little wet pads that come in this little box. It helps stop new breakouts, especially before you're going to bed. So I will usually do this right before I go to bed. Just make sure my skin is super clear. And I've noticed in the past couple weeks, my breakouts have stopped completely just by incorporating this a couple times a week. And then usually on the days that I don't do that, I will use the Soothing Overnight Mask. It is also from the acne line, and basically apply it to my face every night, every other night, and then rinse it off in the morning. And this also helps with not getting any new acne, but also correcting my like hyperpigmentation, my red spots, my scarring, whatever it is. And this is something I also used when I went through my initial period of breakouts 2 years ago, and it helped tremendously. It also helped my skin just feel a lot better when I woke up in the morning, which I loved. That also takes time. So like anything, treatment process, the journey, the whole thing takes time. These I feel like are my acne product go-tos. The wipes for preventing new breakouts at night, overnight mask I'm obsessed with, and then vitamin C serum, vitamin C moisturizer, and then this little jaunt in the morning and sometimes in the evening. That is really all I have for my products. I will link them, but again, take what you need, leave what you don't. Acne is super individual. It's also very individual to your skin type. But one other thing I will mention is a treatment that has helped me specifically with hyperpigmentation and with scarring is microneedling. And there's this one place in Denver I will always go to get my treatments. I feel like it's really helpful to do it after you've stopped breaking out and you're just dealing with that scarring, that redness. Microneedling is chef's kiss. It's amazing. And I think it also helps with like fine lines and wrinkles, which is an added bonus. But for me, it really helped me just feel good in my skin and have my skin get back to what it was before all of the redness. So again, do your own research with that. But those are some things that have helped me just feel more confident, feel a little bit more empowered in my skin. Yes, a lot of the products and a lot of the treatments are expensive, but I do think investing in good quality skincare is so worth it. That is just my take. That is stuff that has helped me throughout these long couple years of dealing with surges in acne. But that is really all I have for you today. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you found it more encouraging. I'm here for you. I have been through acne. It is literally awful, and sometimes it can feel like it's never ever going to get better, but it will, and there are more people out there dealing with it than you might think. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Share an acne reminder of your own or just products or treatments that have worked for you. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel to be a part of the Self-Helpmas series. And I love you. Thanks for being here. Thank you for spending time with me. If you haven't already, make sure you go check out yesterday's video. And with that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.